this is a left revision tympanoplasty, second stage in my case. In fact, this patient was operated many times, and when I did the previous operation, that was 6 months ago, I found that there is no more ossicular chain with a stapes fixation, so I could not treat both together. So what I did, I put a Malleus prosthesis. You can see one of the two hooks, which is already inserted here. This is the left ear, so this is 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 6 o'clock. You see the promontory here, the round window niche, and I'm now elevating the tympanomeatal flap, and you can see that the Malleus prosthesis is still there and very nicely mobile. You see the vibration of this. So this is the Malleus handle. So of course, what I intend to do now is to perform a fenestration of the labyrinth and do a Malleus replacement prosthesis to stapedotomy procedure. And I just wanted to show you this. I prefer to do this in 2 stages when I have stapes fixation. I think it is better to place the Malleus prosthesis first, and then after 6 months or sometimes 1 year, depending on the status of the mucosa, I do the second stage. Canne normal, s'il vous plaît. Okay, you can see here the fascia nerve, the fallopian canal on the right. This is the fallopian canal, this is the promontory, and there's a history of tympanosclerosis. You see some plaque of tympanosclerosis everywhere. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to measure the distance from the handle of the Malleus prosthesis there to the perinephalic membrane, and then I will measure again after having performed the fenestration. At the moment we have quite a small length, a short length, which is only 5.5, but I think it would be more than this. So I'm going to use now the macro drill, donc la fraise. And you see the cartilage, which I was using, of course, during the previous stage. And the beauty is that you can see that even after 6 months, what you can see is that the Malleus handle is very nicely connected to the tympanic membrane, just like a regular Malleus, in fact, and perfectly mobile. And it's overlying the foot plate and the oval window, so it's going to be more easy now to place at the end a TORP in a vertical position. So now I'm using, as usual, diamond dust burr with 0.7 millimeter diameter diamond dust burr, just like for regular stapedotomy. So I'm going to perform the fenestration like this, and you see I'm just leaving the diamond dust doing the job by itself. Changez-moi la fraise, s'il vous plaît. I think I'm going to change the burr. So I do it very gently, stage by stage, until I found the perinephalic membrane itself. You can see that there is a kind of a bony regrowth covering probably the previous fenestration. So I'm using a 0.7 millimeter sucker also at the same time with my left hand. Ça bloque encore. Bon, c'est pas grave, ça ira. Okay, try to find a focus, a better focus for you, and then now I can drill on. I can drill out now the full plate. Trying to enlarge a little bit the drilling out area. You can see now, we can see a bit of a blue line, which is the perinephalic membrane. Now exposing a little bit more the foot plate. We need to check about the foot plate itself, because it happens sometimes that following previous operation, especially in case of tympanosclerosis, sometimes we find a mobile foot plate. underneath the layer of the tympanococcygeal. But this is not the case here. But you can see that I'm doing this very gently, just to be sure about this point. Now it's done, the fenestration has been done, and that's going to be fine. And now I'm going to measure again the distance from the fenestra to the Malleus handle, the new Malleus handle. Bon, celui-là de mesureur, je l'aime pas trop, hein. Okay, let me see. I have a 6 millimeter long distance, a little bit more, is 6.25, I would say. So I will cut the prosthesis at 6.75, always at 0.5 millimeter. So of course I'm going to use a vein graft now to cover this fenestra. It is of course mandatory to use any interposition, any tissue which needs to be interposed between the prosthesis and the fenestration, because you need to avoid any risk of protrusion of the prosthesis within the labyrinth. So this is, as usual, the intima of the vein. The adventitial side, which is the sticky side, is towards the glass plate, and this will go, of course, on the foot plate. All right, Candace, okay. Okay, I'm just placing it here. This will be a very nice protection and a very nice sealing for the inner ear. And you can see the Malleus handle there. All right, so now I'm going to cut the TORP. I'm going to use the HA-Teflon TORP with a 0.4 millimeter diameter Teflon shaft. You see the 0.4 millimeter Teflon shaft, so I want to cut it at 6.75. So this is 6 and this is 7. This is 6.5, so a little bit more. And this will going to be 6.75. So for sure I will need both hands free here, because I need to hold the prosthesis and then use also my left hand to push the flap, which is, like, as you can see, hiding part of the area. So I need to take it again in a different way. There we go. All right. I know the fenestra is there, so I would drive the prosthesis, the shaft of the prosthesis, with the sucker over the vein graft. There we go. And now I need to introduce the titanium Malleus handle within the groove of the TORP. And you can imagine that there is no other way to stabilize the prosthesis rather than placing this MRP, because if you just put this type of prosthesis only underneath the tympanic membrane, you can be sure that it's not going to be stable, even if you use titanium prosthesis. So I really believe it is better to use the Malleus prosthesis to hold the prosthesis, the TORP. So I'm pulling a little bit the Malleus handle and then trying to insert the titanium Malleus handle within the groove. Okay, can you? And this looks fine. Okay, it looks good. I need to check, but it looks very nice. And it, of course, you can see that it's going to be very stable now compared to any other solution, just like a tympanic membrane to stapedotomy procedure. So it's very stable, vertical, and you see the round window niche here, and You see the round window side. The problem is not completely stable there. So I need to be sure that everything will be fine. It's not so easy because I have, of course, the part of a flap which is bending. Enough, s'il vous plaît. So I need to check. I'm not sure about at the moment. I just want to take some time to be sure that everything will be fine at the end. I'm not happy with that, so I'm going to remove the TORP. Non, je suis pas content pour l'instant. So I need to remove and check again. Sometimes it could be a little bit long. So in that case, I will reduce the length and then try again. Okay. But first, I need to stretch the vein correctly. S'il vous plaît. So we need to go back to the oval window and stretch the vein. You could see that it was not well stretched because the vein was retracted a little bit. So now it's better now. You see here the position of the fenestra right here. Okay, I'm going to try again, keeping 6.75, and I will see. MM, s'il vous plaît. Calmez. I think the shaft needs to go a little bit more anterior than before. I think this is better. Yes, I think it's going to be fine. Not sure. It's resisting, I don't know why. So I need to understand that. Crochet. Okay, let's keep it like this with the vein and try with the stapes measuring rod to see about the resistance that I feel. And it's not a question of length, I think. Calmez, s'il vous plaît. Enough. So, re-stretch the vein again. Sometimes it takes more time than we think. The other option would be to press the vein to make it thinner. I will see, mesureur, s'il vous plaît. So I need to measure again, because I'm not sure about the... this is the right position. So I think I'll reduce at 6.5. 6,50, je vais couper un petit peu plus. Merci. Okay, I will reduce a little bit the length. I think 6.5 will be better. It's not a much difference, but it's sometimes right enough to get the right position. So it needs to go on the right a little bit. No, it's not on the right position. It's to be a little bit more posterior. It's too much anterior. You can see the fenestra, I know, is there. There we go. Yes, I can already see the round window side. Of course, yes. All right, so now I will insert the Malleus handle within the groove. It fits better. I believe it is better. All right, good. I'm going to move it a little bit upwards like this. Now it's fine. And now I think we should have a nice round window side. I'm going to check it again. You can see the membrane right here. No, it's fine. Okay, good. I just need to be sure that everything will be very stable, because there's something moving a little bit the prosthesis, but now it's fine. It's the Malleus handle is located within the groove, you see that, and it seems to be really fine. Okay, so now just repositioning the tympanomeatal flap with the cartilage into position, which I was using last time during the previous stage. And that's it. I'm going to use the Merocell now, which will be removed on the 5th day. Allez-y. So in fact, for me, the use of the Malleus prosthesis, the aim of that is to create a new Malleus in order to stabilize the prosthesis, the TORP. So I think it helps me to increase my success rate in that type of situation with stapes ankylosis without any more residual ossicles. So we change a little bit the position and the success rate. Thanks very much for watching, and see you again soon.